not the cloak.
Good day, parents and guardians. How have you been? Welcome to Kids Church Online, wherein we strive to continue sharing the gospel to kids through online platforms. As parents, we know that we play the greatest influence to our kids, and we at Kids Church are privileged to partner with you in shaping the next generation for the Lord. Now, we are back with our family devotional. I'm Vince, happily serving you along with our kids, teachers, and pastors. We are continuing with our series called Not Things. For the past 2 weeks, we have been talking about how powerful God is. He may use things, people, or circumstances, but we know for sure all power and blessing flows from Him alone. Let's begin our family devotional with an activity.
Power up! Look around you. Do you have 1, 2, or more gadgets or appliances in your house? Gadgets or appliances are the things that can help make our life easier or more fun. Different gadgets and appliances work using different power sources. Be a little investigator and check how these things around your house work. Fill the chart seen below. Write the gadget or appliance name. Circle and or draw the power source. Some may have more than one power source. Power sources are very useful to us in daily life. We will read in the Bible that we have an ultimate and never-ending source of power in the person of Jesus.
Let's read in the book of Luke chapter 8 verses 40 to 48. Now, when Jesus returned, the crowd welcomed him, for they were all waiting for him. And there came a man named Jairus, who was a ruler of the synagogue, and falling at Jesus' feet, he implored him to come to his house. For he had an only daughter, about 12 years of age, and she was dying. As Jesus went, the people pressed around him. And there was a woman who had had a discharge of blood for 12 years. And though she had spent all her living on physicians, she could not be healed by anyone. She came up behind him and touched the fringe of his garment, and immediately her discharge of blood ceased. And Jesus said, "Who was it?" And Jesus said, "Who was it that touched me?" When all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the crowds surround you and are pressing in on you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me, for I perceive the power has gone out from me." And when the woman saw that she was not hidden, she came trembling and falling down before him, declared in the presence of all the people why she had touched him, and how she had been immediately healed. Imagine this woman who has been bleeding for a long time. In those days, this kind of sickness made people stay away from her and kept her out of public places like markets, parks, etc. because she was considered unclean and outcast. She must have felt really sad and lonely and desperate for healing. She risked going with the crowds even if she knew that people did not want to see her there. She thought, if I could only reach out and try to touch Jesus, I would be healed. When she finally got to Jesus, she touched his cloak, and guess what happened? True enough, her bleeding stopped. So how do you think she was healed? Jesus' cloak? Perhaps it was made from a special material? Or perhaps it had special power? The truth is the cloak did not have any power at all. The power came from Jesus, as he clearly said in verse 46. "Someone touched me, for I perceived that the power has gone out of me." And it was also because the woman had faith. In verse 48, and he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace." In the woman's heart, she believed that only Jesus had the power to heal her and to give her the faith to believe. Jesus builds up our faith when we only look to Him. And just like this woman, God is able to work in our life when we have faith only in Him. Being blessed by the Word, gather up with your family, especially your kids, and take a time of discussion with them. Listen to their thoughts by the following questions. If your kids are 2 to 6 years old, ask them, do you have a battery-operated toy? Tell us about it and what it can do. Then, if your kids are 7 to 12 years old, recall a time when your gadget ran out of power. What did you do? Now, it's your turn to share. Was there a time your car or your computer or cell phone or a very useful thing broke down and you needed to pray about it? What happened? Just like the battery-operated toys, we also need to be connected to a power source. For some of us, we may think our source of stability is our jobs, our finances, our position, or even the people we know. For kids, it may be grades in school, abilities in sports, skills, or talents in arts, or any other thing. While all that may be partially true, we have to realize that behind all of those is God who makes all things possible. It is He who gives us the ability to perform well in our jobs in order to earn for our families. It is He who gives us the ability to do well in our school or our favorite sport. He is the source of who we are. After all this, start praying and ask God to give you all the grace to always be reminded that He is the source of everything. That apart from Him, we are weak, but through Him, nothing is impossible. You can also access our family devotional material through this link down below. You will discover lots of fun facts and share it to your kids. We are excited to hear from you, your experiences in your family devotionals at home. Even in this season, God's call don't stop. Our kids in Kids Church are still having their victory group online. We are thankful having our teachers to help us with this. Thank you, parents and guardians, for being with us in this series. We are excited to see you all again next week as we continue to see how Jesus worked in our lives in different ways we could ever imagine. See you again.